Welcome to Nora Christine Live. I have Gray Mars here from the New Party, and we are a part of the New Party cast. Today, we are going to be breaking down the bombshell report that happened today. Today, Diddy's lawyers broke out demanding a mistrial. It was pure chaos, they're saying in the courtroom. They're saying the reason why they're asking for the mistrial is because LA officials said someone destroyed Kid Cudi evidence. Diddy's lawyers have asked the judge for a mistrial after arguing the prosecution made an unacceptable suggestion in front of the jury. The defense said it was outrageous when prosecutors appeared to suggest the mogul had destroyed fingerprints taken from Kid Cudi's house after the January 2012 bombing of his car. Prosecutors had asked LAFD official Lance Jimenez about the fingerprints, and he said the evidence was destroyed in August 2012. Jimenez said somebody within the LAFD or LAPD authorized the destruction of the evidence. This is when Diddy's team objected. They know what they are doing. The defense said of prosecutors they were suggesting that someone in this courtroom had something with improper and suspicious destruction of these fingerprint cards, and that's outrageous. The only proper remedy to cure the outrageous prejudice is a mistrial. However, do you think that was granted?
Yeah, for sure.
No, it was denied
Oh wow, why?
because they listen, the feds when they sink their teeth in you, they double down. And we are watching, to me, the biggest miscarriage of justice because I don't think this is a RICO case. I don't think this is racketeering. I think Diddy is a creep, but I don't think he's guilty of RICO racketeering. His businesses are legit, they're saying. So where are the RICO? I have yet to hear this. I've heard a lot of assassination on his character, but I haven't heard the RICO. So do you think they're going to let this go easily, Gray? Come on.
No, of course not. I mean, like, here's the thing. Diddy has the best lawyers. There's not evidence of a RICO. There is evidence of,
Yeah.
relationship problems and things
Hmm.
that basically society would say that is not good, but it's technically not illegal. And that's
Right.
the issue that we're having in this situation. It's not Diddy's morals that are on trial. They're trying to accuse him of something criminal. And that's the issue what the people who are saying Diddy is innocent have with this case.
Well, I went to a dinner last night, so shouts out to my people. And the room was split. I mean, some people thought that he's guilty. A lot of the men felt like, this is overkill. Gray, as a man, I'm assuming that you think he's guilty of the DA, but you're saying not of Rico.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I don't think as a gender it should like necessarily play a role in like how you're judging this case. Feel like that's
True.
an issue with how we vote in this country is people using gender as an issue. So I would say
Mhm.
that basically we should Diddy committed some crimes. It's definitely on camera, but we shouldn't go overkill and say, "Oh no, Diddy is this extreme kingpin boss that was committing all this criminal activity."
Um, yeah, I mean, I agree. Unfortunately, and I'm saying this as a woman, it's no shade to women. I think women are very emotional about this case because everyone has experienced domestic violence in some way, shape, or form, either personally or through a friend. So it is very emotional. Hi, Dark Kent. It's very emotional to hear and see some of this footage, especially if you've had a close girlfriend or you yourself have gone through domestic violence. So I think women, unfortunately, we're not able to separate ourselves sometimes, and that's pretty much what we're seeing here in the court of public opinion. So today, they're saying that Mia might take the stand. Gray, what's your predictions to who Mia is?
Um, Probably somebody in Diddy's inner circle. I know his assistant went up there. I know they brought up Lauren London in court and other people that were on the label that Diddy was on. A lot of these people probably aren't going to be big celebrities. They're probably going to be staff members, people that were just around Diddy and who Diddy had in his inner circle, who he could trust with the activities that he was partaking in. Because I know we want to make it like it's this major government it's this big conspiracy, and that all these celebrities are in on it, and that there's this sneak orgy facility. But a lot of times, people hold their cards close and keep secrets. So there probably gonna be people that Diddy trusted with his innermost thoughts and secrets.
Yeah. I get that. I think that a lot of conspiracies, unfortunately, have been proven to be true. So for all those that like to say it's a conspiracy theory, it's a little unfair, I think, because is it really a conspiracy if eventually it's proven to be true? I don't know. But like, let's look at the car. This is the center of what's going on today. This is Kid Cudi's car. They're saying that a woman's DNA was found at the scene. My vote is it was possibly Cassie's. Do you think that a Capricorn, whatever her name is, had something to do with it as well? Because a woman found too much of a coincidence. She was held at gunpoint. How do we not know that he didn't say to her, if you want to keep your job, this is what I need you to do?
That's very possible. With somebody with as much money as Diddy, as much power as Diddy, and fame is a big drug for a lot of people. So she probably could have possibly been the assailant or the suspect in this case. It could have been anybody. For the right amount of money, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have said, "Diddy, I'll go blow up Kid Cudi car, and I go blow up my mama car if you want me to." So, I mean, Diddy had the money to get whatever he wanted done.
I mean, and I bring up these two women, guys, not to just point fingers, but they were the closest to him during this whole ordeal. It seems like one thing about him, he kept things close to the chest, and I'm sure he didn't tell a lot of people, about what was going on. So it's interesting that that happened. Um, yeah. So pretty much the other thing that came out today is that Cassie once suggested she could date Jay Z. His ex-assistant Capricorn Clark told jurors yesterday that Cassie once floated the idea of dating rap superstar Jay-Z, Diddy's close friend and collaborator going back to the 90s. Clark testified about a conversation in which she warned Ventura to move away from Combs, who physically abused her for years. You told Cassie you should move away from him and date other people, right? And she said to you that Jay-Z was taken. Who would she date? She said that, and he like this is defense pushing her. She did. Combs' lawyer name dropped Jay Z in his final question to Clark before she left the stand Tuesday afternoon. What was the relevance of bringing up Jay Z?
Bringing up Jay Z is to show that Cassie was willing to be with anybody as long as that they were famous, they had power, and they had money. And also a good reason to bring up Jay Z is Jay Z also beef with Dame Dash over Aaliyah. So it's also to show that these guys have issues with women, and these women in this industry jump from man to man. So it was relevant to bring up Jay Z and to show what Cassie was willing to do for fame and fortune.
Fair enough. Another thing that came out yesterday, well, they're saying that the first witness of the day was LAPD. Alleged victim Mia is supposed to testify today after lunch. Clearly, we're giving you updates now during lunchtime. LAPD officer Christopher Ignacio is the first witness to take the stand and basically alleged another anonymous alleged Combs victim Mia. Mia is pretty much who everyone is talking about. I've heard that it could possibly be Diddy, not Diddy, 50 Cent's baby mama. I've heard a number of things. So it's very interesting to see who this person's going to be, because this has been the big person next to Cassie. They're saying that this person, actually her testify is more damning than Cassie's. And also another update, guys. Cassie went into labor yesterday, supposedly. She's in a New York City hospital. She's in the labor unit there. So she has been admitted. This is big, guys, because basically now they can't recall her as a witness. So a lot of her testimony can be striked if the defense can prove, hey, we have follow-up questions after we heard from this witness that we want to question her on. So if we can't ask her these questions, then we can't properly have a defense. So you guys need to strike that. What's your thoughts on that?
I was just looking at it. It says that she's victim number 4, and that she's basically being said that it was one of Diddy's employees that he forced himself on her. And so the defense wants to challenge her credibility and motives. So I mean, Diddy basically, it looks like if you were working for Diddy, you were basically being dragged into this actual cult. And that's another thing that I feel like is going to hurt Diddy, is that you're hiring people and then you are having them commit X acts or participate or facilitate them. And so that's what looks bad in this case, is that this person was an employee.
Right, right. Fair enough. That's a good point that Gray has. We definitely have to take that into consideration. Guys, everyone watching, please hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate you guys for watching. I actually have a new updated clip from Suge Knight I would like to play. Suge Knight is saying that he thinks Diddy's not guilty. I'm going to share my screen here and play the clip.
Tell us about Capricorn Clark and whether you believe she is a credible witness for the prosecution to make a racketeering case against Sean Diddy Combs.
Well, look, I say this all the time. Puffy and I are not friends, but Puffy should definitely walk. At the end of the day, how I know Capricorn and when I first heard about Capricorn, it was back when I was doing prison time. When I was doing prison time, it was a guy that didn't work for Death Row, but he was over the security company. This guy, Capricorn, broke his windshield in the back of his truck. He wanted her to pay for it. She couldn't pay for it. A guy named Reggie White Jr. told her, well, you got to have sex with me or you pay for it. So she couldn't pay for it, so he forced her to have sex with him, but they were still talking after that, right? But the most important thing is that it was other executives that was involved in life. And for Puffy to be the only guy that gets on the stand is a sad day for hip hop. Because once Capricorn had got beaten up allegedly, everybody said, well, she got her ass whooped. And when she was approached by an executive from Interscope, and you got to remember, Capricorn wasn't the artist on Interscope. Puffy wasn't doing business with the guy in Interscope. If you guys want his name, I'll tell you. And when they talked to him, Interscope gave Capricorn $1 million, a check, for don't say nothing about the incident with her and Puffy. She got mad because she had to pay taxes on it. And she thought it was a settlement where she didn't have to pay taxes on it. So when Jimmy Iovine gave her that check, that's when all hell broke off. But at the same time, I don't think this is a case where Puffy should be going to prison. And
do you believe is Capricorn believable with this story with Diddy?
This is what I do know. I was in New York. And when I was in New York, it was me and a limo driver. That's it. I'm in different spots, eating just by myself. I walks out, I see Capricorn, and I see another bitch. So those two hung out with me in New York, from restaurants to running around to doing whatever. So I don't know if the part that she was so scared of Puffy that they wouldn't talk to me, because I'm hanging out with them in New York, just us three. And I'm not here to badger nobody, but at the same time, when Reggie Wright Jr. basically made Capricorn, she said it over and over and over, I don't want to have sex with this fat fuck. Or I don't know if I can cuss on here, or just have sex with the fat man.
Too late.
But, okay, but they did. And she continued to be around, right? But when it's all said and done, how could every person who was involved with Puffy is not on the stand? Except for Puffy. I get at some point, the law got to be blind.
So pretty much, I mean, he does not like Puffy. He hates him. They're enemies. And even he's saying, I don't see this case. What's your thoughts?
we can't really trust Suge's credibility because Suge is in prison right now. I don't know if you're aware of this. He was upset by the NWA movie and him not being compensated. He went to the set. He ended up trying to get on the set. He got a fight with the bodyguards, and then someone ended up losing a life by being hit by a vehicle. So Suge is spending a lot of time in prison. So Suge is going to want to get, any type of time, any type of podcast, news, anything to know to make money and just to stay relevant. So him as a credible witness, I'm going to have to challenge that. But as far as him being having a firsthand experience, yes, because he knew Diddy. They were very familiar with each other during that time. That was the
Mm.
main person Diddy was beefing with. So Suge probably has the right answers and knows the people, but based on his criminal history and his beef with Diddy, it would be hard to take his testimony seriously.
I totally disagree. I think the fact that he hates him shows, it shows that he is fair and unbiased because he hates him. Also, Capricorn Clark, boo, you not looking so good. They need to admit that they need to show proof of that $1 million she got. This, and maybe they did, and the lamestream media is not reporting it because they're very biased towards Diddy. Hence why we're going up there next week because I want to hear it from myself. I don't believe the mainstream media. I think they're biased. I think there's a lot of lies coming out, and some reporters, even the bloggers that are going inside, they're biased. They hate Diddy. Diddy's a monster, and they're going to paint him as such. And again, I don't think Diddy's innocent. I just want to be clear, but I also don't think he's this monster that they're painting him to be. Um, Also, another name that got dropped was 50 Cent. 50 went and wore his shirt last night. Free Diddy. This was courtside at the playoffs last night. It's all a joke to 50. Um, do you think 50 attended any freak offs?
No. If to the audience, and if you didn't know, 50 was actually a ghostwriter for Diddy before he even went and worked with Jam Master Jay and began his career before he signed with Dr. Dre and Eminem. So he ghost wrote for Diddy, and Diddy basically tried to get 50 Cent to go with him to take him shopping. 50 Cent was completely against it. 50 has always been a street guy. He's always been around money. So like this wasn't a big thing to him like to be around Diddy where, like a Cassie or somebody else who like needed Diddy would have just been like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna be a yes man or whatever. 50 never came off that way. And 50 always had street guys around him. And everybody associated with 50 Cent around that time is certified. So I can't see them doing that.
Wow. Well, he definitely shared a girlfriend or two because his baby mama was one of the women hanging out with Diddy, from what I'm hearing. So it's very interesting to say that uh, I don't know, like there's a lot of overlapping. Again, another person that Diddy has set his sights on. There's a lot of overlapping women. Also, you guys want to know something funny? Guess who's also in New York City?
Who?
I'm going to share my screen. One second. You're going to get a kick out of this. They're your favorite people, Gray.
Let me see.
Okay.
Barack and Michelle Obama.
What's the odds? Do you think they're there to support their homie Diddy?
Of course, they're not there to support Diddy. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama have an outstanding reputation. They have class. They have so many people that love and respect them. They wouldn't go to Diddy's trial that hurt their reputation, especially with all the conspiracy theories and rumors surrounding them, and also with Diddy, just because Diddy participated in the vote or die campaign. I don't want to get into Trump's life like most Democrats do, but they're not Trump. I just put it that way.
Trump has amazing children. They've all grown up. You don't hear about them addicted to any schmugs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Obama's children are not amazing, but they're doing a lot better than Joe Biden's. Let's watch this clip here. This is R. Kelly's lawyer. He recently said this, like I think this was posted yesterday. He said that Diddy's gonna sing like a canary. Let's watch it now.
What do I think about this thing with P. Diddy? I can tell you right now, if P. Diddy goes down, everybody's going down with him. You think this guy's gonna take the fall by himself? No fucking way. He is gonna rat and dime out every single body that was involved, which I'll be surprised if this man makes it through the trial. I mean, you can't even make this shit up. You think he's gonna go along with this and nobody else is gonna pay the price?
So yeah. Gray, what do you think?
Diddy has a big chance of beating the case, and Diddy has been associated with the deletion of Biggie and Tupac. And I know I say this every time that we're on here, but he's been associated with deletions of people. So, and Diddy never said anything. He never talked about it. So why all of a sudden is Diddy just go say, "Oh, you know what? I'm about to start ratting on people, this, and that." Like, I'm not saying Diddy's a street guy, but Diddy has been around street guys. His father was a street guy. I don't see Diddy ratting. And as far as like people Diddy is connected to, I feel like he want to be able to be taken care of in prison. Because you know, money runs up, money dries up. His kids are still out there, so I think Diddy's tough enough to take the sentence. I heard that he just bought a bunch of stuff for people for Memorial Day. They barbecue. So Diddy's living good in there, and you know Diddy's the man at the facility that he's at right now.
Funny you hear this. You know who's also the woman? Diddy's ex-girlfriend, J Lo. Let's look at this clip from the AMAs a couple of days ago. You think she's trying to tell us something?
What you think?
I mean, it looked to me, and this is my conspiracy tinfoil hat. It looks like a humiliation ritual. Like, you need to do this so we protect you against Diddy. Hence why she was going so hard to support Kamala. It's funny, all the people that are connected to the Diddy parties came out and supported Kamala at the 9th hour. And then a month later, they arrested Diddy. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's all connected again. But we don't have to agree. I just think, why would she do that? She's 55 years old. She's one of the top women performers. Are you that desperate to stay relevant, lady? You're old. Like, you're 55. You're not 25.
Madonna kissed a girl on stage, and she kissed Drake. These artists,
Well, Madonna has been a HOE though. That's her whole career. This is not J Lo's career is not being a HOE.
what? J Lo
I,
has her nickname is J Ho. Are you? They've always
oh my
accused her
god.
of sleeping her way to the top. She
Oh
was
my
with
god.
P Diddy. She was with Ben Affleck. I mean, the list goes on and on. She was on the what's it called, with the Wayans brothers in Living Color. She's always been called J Ho because she was. You don't remember that era when she was with the famous guy, the Spanish singer that she got kids with, Mark Anthony. She was called J Ho for years. She didn't have a clean reputation. She got that Selena movie, and then all of a sudden, she was a household name.
Mm, mm.
So that's to say that. But yeah, like you guys with the conspiracy stuff, y'all are like those people with the paper up with all the little strings attached. Like everything can't be just connected. See, Dark Kid just said it. That's Jenny from the block, Lord. Like people have been said that. But you can't
But
connect
her
everything.
actions, that wasn't her actions though. That wasn't her career. She didn't build her career doing those things. Madonna did.
Okay, so you're saying that she was humiliated. She said they said go who said go humiliate yourself. And I know we on live, so I don't know if I can say this, but the Illuminati who told her to do this.
I mean, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. Clearly, yes. You just said it. Like, yes, yes. I believe all of this is connected again. And you guys laugh, and everyone laughed at Jaguar Wright for years, and come to find out there are tapes that have been chopped. Remember, that was a laugh, right?
So is Trump on Epstein?
Listen, I'll be fair, yeah, but I think
Okay.
Barack Obama also went to some Diddy parties, and I'm gonna
So
leave it at that.
they all dirty. So the world
They
is
all
just
dirty.
okay.
They're all
So
dirty. They're all part of a dirty club. They all part of the skulls and bones, and you can't say that that's a conspiracy.
if they all
They all
dirty,
go to Ivy League schools.
what can we do if they're all dirty? It's basically okay. You got them.
Call it out so we have clean people coming in to take over. This is why I don't want Diddy to get convicted. Well, actually, I kind of do in a way, but like he's not the top. He's not the only one. Like there's more that needs to come down with him. So for that reason, I'm actually okay with him being convicted because maybe he can negotiate, like R. Kelly's attorney said, sing like a canary and bring more people down with him. He's not at the top.
Who's at the top?
Clive Davis.
Is he even still alive?
Allegedly. This is all alleged. Yes, he's still alive. My mom didn't know that either. And we looked him
Oh,
up and he was still alive. This is all alleged. Opinion, entertainment purposes only.
I
So,
understand. Yeah, I'm glad that you said that. But yeah, so I guess it's a possibility that all of this stuff could be connected in any reality, but we need evidence. We need like the FBI, we need the Department of Justice, we need these people to say, look, this is what happened, here's the evidence, this is how this happened. With P. Diddy, there were rumors for years that he was homosexual, and then all of this stuff came out, like you said, with Jaguar Wright. She was the person to really say that. So what up, Doc? That's Doc right there. But so
hey, Doc.
we can say all of that, but we have to have actual evidence before we start convicting people, because what do they say? Innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. So there's more updates that just came out. I found another website. I guess they're back from break. There's somebody by the name of Nash that's testifying. Um, they're asking, oh, this must be the hold on, I'm trying to pull it up now because we already went through all of that. They showed the car. Okay. The jury is taking 10-minute break. Okay. So this is defense questioning someone. Um, what was the purpose of them getting into that? So basically, this is them going against the investigation. They're saying they're questioning it about the fingerprints. Then they take a recess. And unfortunately, for those of you guys just now tuning in, Diddy's team tried to get a mistrial, and unfortunately, they were unsuccessful for him because they're trying to say that there was DNA evidence destroyed in LAPD's lockup. Um, if that's done, Gray, what's your thoughts? I feel like you can't really blame Diddy. Diddy's not part of the LAPD. He might have paid them, yeah, but how can we prove that? That's LAPD's fault. And honestly, I don't think that warrants a mistrial, in my opinion. As much as I'm saying I don't see Rico, that's like a minor thing of the case. The other major parts is the amount of abuse he put people through. What do you think?
I think it's a lot of corruption in the LAPD. I also feel like, I mean, I don't know if it should necessarily result in a mistrial, like you said. Like Diddy, like really has nothing to do with that, and that may also end up turning to a civil lawsuit. But like Diddy was able to pay off the hotel where he assaulted Cassie, and they signed something with Diddy, and then the footage still got released. So even when people make these deals, information still ends up coming out.
Sorry, that's funny. Diddy's innocent. Cassie made him have those freak offs. W Diddy, Doc, W Diddy. I'm gonna share the screen. The next person that's testifying is, I figured out who Nash was, guys. I'm sorry. It's a stylist. I just want to show you him and then I'll stop sharing. This is the guy that's testifying. He's a celebrity stylist. He said that he worked for Diddy and Cassie in 2008. He said he got hired through a Craigslist ad for Bad Boy Entertainment. So, guys, if you guys are up and coming people put your stuff on Craigslist because it seems like these journalists and not these agencies and labels go through that. They showed the picture that I showed you. They said, "Is this a fair and accurate portrayal of how you looked at that time?" He said, "Not even close." He goes, "Yeah, I look amazing." So basically saying, "Yeah, you guys found a good picture of me." How often would you witness Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura interact? He said at least once a week. What did Mr. Combs call Ventura? B word, hoe, CC, baby girl, slut. He would call her an outright hoe slut anyways. How did she react? Sad. How did Mr. Combs make threats? That he would beat her A, that he'd send her S tapes out. Do you believe? You know what? Why would he be privy to these conversations? Do you believe this testimony?
He could be privy to these conversations because the other assistant said that Diddy would hit Cassie in front of him and all types of stuff. I feel
But to
like
talk
Diddy.
about the S tapes?
I mean, that guy does look kind of like fruity. So Diddy probably was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get some
Uh,
too." I'm
he
gonna
was probably like, okay, he's one of the girls. I can say, okay. Okay. I mean, I'm questioning this. How often would he beat her A? Quite a few. It drove her crazy. She would be super emotional. She might stay in the house for days. I mean, of course, if you got bruises on you, you wouldn't want to go out. How often Mr. Combs said you could not go out without his permission? Twice. The first time we went to a gay club with Kyle and Adrian. Then we went to her LA apartment. Puff called and told her she better bring her A to the house. She panicked. What did you understand Mr. Combs was saying? Um, she packed her stuff and went to her house. Did you attend a Vanity Fair party? Yes. Oscars after party in 2014 with Cassie. Puff was there. How did she look? Her hair, she looked bomb. Her hair was amazing. Her hair was long. Puff picked me up and threatened me. I pinned her hair up. Did she record music often? What was your role? I helped pick songs. I probably should have been called an executive. Objection sustained. So basically, they're like, you can't ask that. Next thing, her mixtape, was it ever sold? No, it was put out for free, but it did well, a top download. So, guys, another thing that I want to bring up from the testimony yesterday, Capricorn Clark went in on Cassie, and she was like, she was beautiful, but she was not talented. She was like, she's not a great singing artist, and she also said she was lazy and she only wanted to lay up under Puff. What do you think about Capricorn Clark saying that yesterday to Puff's defense? Oh, the other thing she said, Puffy would put her above all the other artists being his girlfriend. Because remember, that was Cassie's whole thing. He held her career back. But she was like, no, he put a lot of work into her, a stylist. You know what I'm saying? Like she was the number one focus of his. Does that discredit her a little bit coming out saying that?
As far as her music career,
Well, because her whole thing was Puff held her back, because that's part of the whole, intimidation of him. He held all these people back. They couldn't find work. That's part of the whole RICO and racketeering.
let's be real here. How many Cassie songs you know?
Me and you. Mm,
Exactly.
mm,
You
mm,
know
mm.
one song. Cassie at any time could have recorded a song. I mean, people record 2, 3 songs in a night. So at any time, Cassie could have recorded a song, and then people would have been saying, "Oh, well, she had this song. She could have been this." I've never ever heard somebody say, "Oh, Cassie could have been the next Beyonce. She could have been the next Taylor Swift. She could have been whoever." Like because
Mhm.
she really wasn't putting music out like that. I don't remember. I don't know any other song other than that song. And I heard she put other songs out because she had made a song with Wale, I think, and Kid Cudi because Diddy was upset about that.
All she put out was a mixtape their whole career. I mean, their whole relationship. How is that Diddy's fault? And but this is what I'm saying. This is the whole victimization that people are liking to do for her, that he held her back. Like that, because that's what I've been seeing and hearing everywhere. To me, it's the opposite. It seems like he put a lot into her. But anyways, let me get back to reading Homeboy's thing. How much of her music was released? He said he's like being generous to say 10%. So now they officially now went on a break. So guys, tomorrow when we get back, we are going to talk about Mia's testimony. I'm excited for that. I still stand on my prediction as Diddy is going to take the stand. I'm hoping it's next week when we go. I mean, because Diddy's the only one that can save himself at this point because these people are dragging his name for filth.
Right, right. I agree.
Guys, also, We want to play this clip. We are celebrating our 1 year anniversary. So we would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you guys support us. We are going to play a promo asking for money for our trip. So anything can help. But I want to play this old clip of ours to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. This is Gray Mars got 25,000 views on this video and 500,000 on TikTok. It's pretty funny. Let's watch.
Phyllis wanted to break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary. As the cameraman walked in, she said, "Be careful, it smells extremely bad in here." And she showed wrappers from condoms as well as tissues on the floor. Each man was only allowed to come within 2 minutes to have a good time, and they were upset because after 2 minutes they would have to leave. She felt bad about the fact that they would have to leave. She was extremely upset, crying. She said she didn't feel any soreness and was extremely upset. And the person filming it thought it would be years before she regretted it and was shocked at her being sad. And at the end, she said she's going to film the next one. That was funny.
That was great. I mean, maybe I should have saved that for the main show, but I'm like, this kind of is in line. Hoes that be hoeing. I had to show that. But yeah, Gray is an integral part of the new party team. I'm so grateful that he pushed me to follow my dreams. So thank you, Gray, for all that you do. Also, guys, we got play our promo. We're going to New York next week. We're excited. Me and Gray are going. Enzo's gonna meet up with us. So let me play this clip. Oops, sorry.
Hey guys, we've got something big coming up. We're headed in person to cover the Diddy trial on June 2nd and June 3rd, and we need your help to get there. As you know, we are now celebrating our 1 year anniversary, so it's an exciting time for us. We'll be making exclusive in-life content, interviews, updates from the courthouse, and behind-the-scenes moments you won't see anywhere else. This is about more than just one case. It's about getting the truth out there, accountability, and bringing our community real, unfiltered coverage straight from the front lines. If you rock with what we do and want to support independent media, hit the link below and drop something in the Cash App. Cash App below. Please support us. Every dollar counts. Travel, lodging, gear. And we're doing this for the new party team. For always supporting us. Let's make some noise.
Oh, that was so sweet. Gray's one of his best friends. Love you, bro. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, Zach, for supporting us. We appreciate that. So guys,
Appreciate
we
that,
don't ask
Doc.
for Oh, sorry, honey.
Appreciate that, Doc, for sure. You already know, bro. We gonna be heading out of the city too, so go ahead, Nora.
Yeah, and guys, we don't ask for much. We want some super chats. We want some subscriptions. But if you love the new party, come on, support us. I'm gonna get inside the courthouse for sure. Gray's gonna be out there doing his thing, networking, trying to get us interviews, hopefully with Gene Deal, Tisa Tells, a lot of big names out there. So show some love, Cash App. You guys, we'll play the video again at the end if it went by too fast. Gray, what's your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are the names that keep getting dropped in this Diddy case just keep surprising me. Lauren London probably was the most shocker to me. I would love to know what really happened with Lauren London in this case. This is the first time I've really super followed the case. Mainly, we've been doing politics, so we're trying a lot of new stuff. So guys, keep following us. We'll keep bringing you great content. And we definitely want to show you live at the trial. So we want to do more IRL, which is in real life content. So we will try to get that for you guys as well.
Yeah, guys. So please, 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 any donation helps. We greatly appreciate it. My closing thoughts are, Diddy, you are a monster. You're about to get your day of reckoning according to the court of public opinion. But if it's done by the letter of the law, you will hopefully be seeing a not guilty conviction. I've yet to hear any racketeering or RICO charges. At best, this is a domestic violence case, possibly mixed in with some assault of his assistants. So yeah, I mean, I'm curious what's going to happen. My prediction, thank you again, Doc. Doc said free R. Kelly. My prediction is Diddy is going to take the stand. You guys, if you believe in Jesus, God, Allah, whatever you believe in, I'm asking that you send a prayer for us that one, we get inside the courtroom because hopefully we will. We're going to pay a homeless man to let us in. And two, that Diddy takes the stand next week. How awesome would that be? I get to be in there while Diddy takes the stand. That's my hope. That's my dream. If it's up to me and my prayers, it'll happen. But again, thank you guys so much for supporting us. We will be back on the New Party Network tonight doing the Man Cave show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow night, we will be back at 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time again for the New Party podcast. So yeah, guys, please give us a like, share, subscription. Appreciate the New Party team. Appreciate everyone. And lastly, we will be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. for our continuous Diddy coverage. Peace, love, and chicken grease. God bless. Have a nice day, everyone.
Hey guys, we've got something big coming up. We're headed in person to cover the Diddy trial on June 2nd and June 3rd, and we need your help to get there. As you know, we are now celebrating our 1-year anniversary, so it's an exciting time for us. We'll be making exclusive in-life content, interviews, updates from the courthouse, and behind-the-scenes moments you won't see anywhere else. This is about more than just one case. It's about getting the truth out there, accountability, and bringing our community real, unfiltered coverage straight from the front lines. If you rock with what we do and want to support independent media, hit the link below and drop something in the Cash App. Cash App below. Please support us. Every dollar counts. Travel, lodging, care. And we're doing this for the New Party team. For always supporting us. Let's make some noise.